right, everybody. Always do your own due diligence. We are not financial advisors at Smart Money Grows. No matter who's giving you advice or tips or their thoughts on any kind of market, always go do your own research. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Bobby here from Smart Money Grows. Join the Discord community down below. We're planting seeds of wealth for future growth. Today, we're going to take a look at Seelos Therapeutics. And that's ticker SEEL, listed on the NASDAQ US Stock Exchange. It's at 312 USD right now. You'll see it went up 5% in the last day. That was really pre-market. I wish I could have given you this yesterday. We bought in early pre-market today just to catch that pop right there. Mostly consolidating over the last 5 days, although really it's been a pretty tough last month for the market overall, especially the last 2 weeks. It's March 1st right now. Always check the dates on videos that you're watching online. Make sure the information is still relevant. Here you see the market cap for the company at 225 million. Pretty crazy year, you know, between 42 cents and 444, sitting somewhere in the top 60 to 70% of that now. The last 6 months really tells the story with a big catalyst here, which we'll see when we get to the pipeline. The product that they put into their pipeline there for testing. When we look at the last, let's see, 5 years, we'll look at this. They had some really high values back here in 2016. If anybody knows the long-term history of the company, I haven't had a chance to dig into it yet. Please tell me in the comments down below. So there are a few risks I wanted to take a look at. The valuation is quite a bit high when you look at this price to sales and price to cash. This is because they do not have products on market yet. Everything's in testing. Let's say if and when this company gets some of these incredible products through, then we can expect to see these numbers improved as well as the value of the stock. We expect it to have its day in time. The debt is not too bad though, so that's a good part of that information there. When we take a look at the chart, we can see some support and resistance levels, tells us some good entry points. Let's open this back up. You really see the increased volume here again. It looks like the increased volume started mid-January, which is actually a month after the catalyst that we're going to see in their pipeline. So maybe people just realized it pretty late. Either way, if you're trying to get into this now, I would set some buy limits at around 275, 225, even down here at maybe 303, along some kind of expected curve. And that would kind of change from day to day, just watching what's going on. So you'll see actually here as well that the RSI shows us it's not really overbought at this time either. The last time it was at this level was really before this big burst out of the dollar range. So that's a good sign as well. There is 2 analysts offering 12-month forecasts here. They're both, the median for that is 158% increase from today's price. When you look at these valuations here, these forecasts, look at the date. This is from June. And these analysts haven't came back in here, I'm sure, to reassess this. Otherwise, that would be a different date. So, you know, always consider that, factor that in. There's always lots of good press releases here that you can check out. So there's lots of opportunities for catalysts. We'll see what the public grabs onto. When I looked at their leadership, I realized, you know, they really don't do much to describe who's who in their zoo over there. So Chief Medical Officer is an important role for a biotech company. I dug in a little deeper on Dr. Tim Whitaker on LinkedIn and found out that he was with a company called, thanks for the patience. He was with a company called Shire Pharmaceuticals, which was acquired by Takeda. Takeda, by the way, quick note, is they pay really high dividends. They're at a pretty good entry point right now. We want more today or maybe on Friday. So Dr. Whitaker was with Seelos for 11 years and helped get their global R&D to a position where it was something that Takeda wanted to acquire. So that's also a promising fact for us here. What do they do? I mean, Seelos is looking to develop a product to address acute suicidal ideation and behavior, and major depressive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. So lots of big words, lots of letters. Suicide sucks. It's a terrible problem across the world, in the US especially. And in the last year, this data, if you look, isn't even that recent. The pandemic has driven mental health crisis to a new level. And we are pretty bullish on disruptive psychotherapy, including psychedelics. And that is one of the places, one of the ways that this company stands apart here, is that they are working with a few different compounds, definitely not all of them psychedelic. And trehalose is just really just a sugar, a carbohydrate. So they are also addressing other central nervous system diseases, not just the depression and suicidal tendencies that we spoke of. So Parkinson's disease and Sanfilippo, those are central nervous system diseases. So you'll see that they're moving all of these through the pipeline. In at least phase 1, we've got these top ones. Ketamine is moving along pretty well. So remember that catalyst date was mid-December, and seems like nobody really picked up on that until mid-January. People bought in. We got in right at the beginning of that jump ourselves. So we are up, I'm not sure, I think 100% or so. So we always want to look at who's owning this, and the insider, the executives or the people that work at this company, do they have enough faith in it to be buying it? So we look at the insider trading here. The last insider trading was Mera Raj, who is an individual who owns quite a significant stake in the company. The last purchases weren't until 2017 and before that are on record, but no sales until nobody sold their stock until as far back as 2014. So that's reassuring. And when you look at just the percentage of it, that's what really stands out. 36% inside ownership with 64% ownership float. So that's pretty significant right there. So outside of the folks in the company, who else owns it? Is there institutional support from larger funds? And it's nice to flip over to this page and see that Vanguard Group owns 5.24%, and they have been increasing their stake, actually buying more. So it's good to see. What are some potential catalysts, some headwinds? The biggest catalysts are really just their pipeline, the things that are the products that they're developing that are ready to come out. So that proof of concept study for the ketamine for depression and suicidal tendencies, post-traumatic stress, feel like that's going to be pretty big. The headwinds, well, ketamine is pretty controversial. In fact, I hope my saying that word this so many times in this video doesn't get us flagged or banned or something. The competition, I don't think any of those folks are working with K, but and if they are, somebody correct me and let me know. These are the potential competition. I have not investigated them too much because I do feel like the product pipeline and the compounds they're working with here are unique and are going to get pretty far. So that is about it. We've been looking here at Seelos Therapeutics, ticker SEEL. Join the Discord community down below. We really want you involved, participating. We say it is your community. We're planting wealth seeds. We are investors. We're not really traders. So we're looking for assets that we can put a good lump sum into in the beginning and then dollar cost average into over time, buying those dips, as we say. So that's a bit of the strategy that we're trying to use. You can follow us on Discord, on Twitter, hit that like button down below, subscribe to follow the rest of these videos. This is my first one here on a stock. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you'll follow. And until next time, keep planting those wealth seeds.